Here.
If everyone's had a chance to read the previous minutes, there are no changes or corrections. They stand approved as presented. Need a motion to amend the agenda, please.
I'll make that motion to amend the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor? Suzanne, we're gonna do that first, or we're gonna do it? Isn't that on down
Yeah, it's down.
below? Okay. Peggy.
Okay, first, you had your financial reports in your packet. Ended month of May, $2,285,083, so doing pretty good still. But we geared up, and it's the end of the year for us, and every supervisor's turning in every ticket they can find, so those cash balances are dropping a little bit, but we're still watching it. And the airport, I don't know if, David, if you've heard anything else from them?
I have when I
Yeah, okay.
get down to it.
Okay, so we're still kind of waiting on that. So anyway, that's doing well. Then also we have our fiscal 2019 budget. We did have our budget hearing yesterday, and the budget for this next year is $11,196,440.
Anyone have questions for Peggy? Better get started, Suzanne.
Yeah, okay. Resolution number 2018-0608 is a resolution adopting an annual budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2018, and appropriating funds thereto.
Motion to approve. Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The second resolution is 2018-0609, and that's a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute and the city clerk to attest a renewal of lease agreement known as the fairground lease.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
The third resolution is 2018-0610. It's a resolution authorizing and approving the cities entering into an agreement to pay the Ava Area Chamber of Commerce services and expenses for promoting the economic development of the city of Ava and surrounding areas, and directing the mayor to execute the agreement.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. A second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And last but not least, resolution number 2018-0611, a resolution to authorize the mayor to execute and the city clerk to attest an addendum and extension to the contractor agreement with the Senior Age Area Agency on Aging for the use of the community center.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Need a second.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Thank you.
Playground.
Yes,
Yeah, I have to do
Wait,
it.
then. Okay, that's what you
I'm
said.
almost
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Not yet. No, thank you.
Yeah, it's the second one there.
You're rushing me.
Come out of here.
Yeah, I know that I'm driving. I have amended it.
Okay. And a fine job, too.
talk about the playground first. Of course, it rained last night, and I was afraid we wouldn't be able to do it. But the installer came up this morning, was there at 7 o'clock, and about the first 2 or 3 inches was mud, and below that, the ground was dry. So the city guys came, and one of the things, this teeter-totter thing we were anchoring had to have a hole 4 feet square, 5 feet deep or something. So he dug his hole and got out, and then Wilbur Lehman came and drilled our holes for us, and by golly, they're all set. There's a climbing tree, and then kind of a pogo stick thing, and then there's a thing you climb on, and a teeter-totter, and then the thing that's not installed is a merry-go-round, and it's got to set another day or 2. And 5 or 6 guys will pick it up and just set it down on that post, and then it'll be bolted, and that's it. So that part's done. The mulch, I just ordered a few minutes ago, and it comes in time next week. You'll let us know a day ahead of time. When the mulch comes, we put the mesh down. They decide it's the best way. Put the mesh down and put the mulch down as they do that. And that seems to work better. So that's sometime next week. Now, let's look at non-certified staff on the Dean Bridget Delaney Farm. And we're going to need a motion to hire the non-certified.
Well, I'll make that motion.
Okay.
And I will second that motion.
You'll second the motion. All in favor? 2 abstentions, and I vote in favor. So, you're hired. Perfect. We had a complaint a week or so ago from a lady at Van Cemetery, and she said there's a pavilion out there, and said it just looks terrible. So we went out there and looked at it, and she was right, it looked terrible. And best of my recollection, we had not built the pavilion, someone else had done it. And it's SU. The veterans section is here, and as you go on Highway 5, just past it and turn right, pavilion then was on the highway. So we looked at it, and I took Rick Graham out there with me, and I said, here, these things had all been planted when they were about this big around and about this tall, 15 years ago. And you couldn't even tell what had the intention had been. Whatever had been planted there, it just gone crazy. We took everything out. Everything we didn't like came out, including a tree or 2, and including a dead tree, which took them 2 days to get that thing out.
Yeah,
So you ought to-
big dead tree. I was out there Sunday, and that looks.
Made a
lot
difference,
better.
didn't it?
Yes.
And they had some ceramic angels there, which we will set on the concrete. And then there was a granite stone there that had been donated, and it had an inscription on it to remember those that had gone on. And I have contacted Zach Ewing to come and look at it. Also, there's a flower box there, which I guarantee you wouldn't have ever noticed it. We've got the trees out of it. It's pretty good size. But I kind of envisioned that it'd be done like the front. Put plastic down, put gravel down, it's low maintenance stuff in it. We had to have a backhoe dig out where the monument was. Backhoe went in and dug it out, couldn't get the grass out of it. The grass was so thick. And Zach hadn't looked at it yet, but we're talking about putting rock in there and setting it down, so putting the monument back. The list of people who contributed to that building's still there in the building, and it'll stay. There's water there that had a lock on it, cut the lock off. And so, anyway, we haven't had any calls about it one way or the other. But people who built it, in particular, Marie Garrison's been gone quite a while. So, you know, I think most people will be pleased. It's at least where we can mow it and take care of it. If we're gonna be responsible for it, we need to have it where we can care for it.
It looks much better now.
Yeah, I was real pleased with it. 5 loads of brush. Came out of there, because we did trim some trees and do some other stuff. 5 loads. So that was, and hauled dirt in and seeded it, put straw on it. So, yeah. It was one of those projects where you drive by and you say, boy, somebody needs to take care of that, and somebody needs to take care of that, and nobody does take care of that. But we finally jumped right on it. I mentioned to you before that we had somebody call me and think it would be a good idea if we had a little veterans memorial. So I got hold of Bill Henry. Bill and I talked about it, made the trip to West Plains. We looked at that one. That one's pretty extensive. It's a really expensive, nice, for all the different branches, and including Merchant Marines. I mean, they didn't leave anybody out of it. So I went ahead and contacted Gaskin Hill, who designed our building. They have an architect come and give me some idea, which he's done. We've seen the drawing, and I'm waiting to see what the cost of that will be. And I think if it's too much, what I've got in mind is have you seen the sign at A.B. Hines that Wayne Mallow did? Yeah, Wayne Mallow did most of it. He said Stan was there visiting with him.
Supervisor.
That kind of a sign is what we're talking about, very similar to that. And Bill reminded me that this is the 100th anniversary of Veterans Day. So if all we have is just the sign to begin with, I think that would be significant. It's one of those things where you'd have your names inscribed in brick and you pay so much for it. So the design was a little bit where you go across the bridge and it curves just a little bit. And right over here was a bluff with a heart on it. Do you remember that? We had flowers.
I'm getting into that hill.
There's a bluff there. Looking at a walkway that comes kind of like this.
But yeah.
With maybe granite things this way, facing this way with some kind of inscription on them. But this is for all veterans, not in particular. This is brick. And right here, not on the walkway, is the sign that you can see from the highway. And it would be lit, and you're gonna have flags back there, of course, to put that lights on. Yeah, that's kind of the proposed thing. So we're kind of waiting to see what.
Actually, it's something we wouldn't have to do all at one time.
No, we can do the sign and then let the rest of it come as we want to. And Bill said, well, what if the veterans group wanted to do something, add to it? I said, well, there's room in the back for that. Now, that's not going to interfere with the heart that someone else put there. The heart was supposed to be there. I had lots of comments from the employees thanking the council for the insurance deal. That's no small deal, and they realize that. But I had lots of good feedback. I don't know, you guys are not, don't see them as often as I do, and you may not be getting that kind of feedback, but let me tell you, and the last one I got was from someone whose spouse wasn't going to be included. He just thought he realized it was a nice benefit. So thanks again from me and from all employees for doing that. As you know, the fire station It had water going in it from about all directions except the roof. Both the windows in front of me, the door freezes and the water's running in the back door. So I called Jim Gray. And I knew when I called Jim Gray what I was doing, not an accident. I knew that I would get a detailed evaluation of the building, from every little screw to the worst shingle on the roof. And that's what I got. I'm bound into a spiral notebook. So, and that's very detailed, very thorough, and that's what I wanted. And I told him, I said, now, you know, this is about the only fire station we're going to have, so we need to get it fixed. But I said, I'm mostly interested in the north side, the front. Let's do that first. I said, we're not going to be able to do all this at the same time. And so, again, I'm waiting to see what the cost is going to be. And as is the case with Jim, before he even starts, he's already thought of some improvements on the things that he suggested. And so, you know, we're in the process. We're talking about taking the brick off, coming around with metal, changing the windows, different door. The window sills are concrete and they've crumbled. We've got a broken window or two. We've got another one that needs to be double pane. We've got, I mean, you know, we've got all kinds of stuff. So we're waiting to see. I took it upon myself to tell Tom Wood, you know, the fire department would really like to have another fire station. 2 of them. They wouldn't want to give up the old. And I told Tom that it was my opinion that there would not be another fire station. That doesn't mean there can't be, but I just told him my opinion of it. The one we've got's in a good spot to get in and out. This was not big, I don't think. I'm not sure it will be for law enforcement, but getting trucks out of here on this hill would be a problem. So, with that thought in mind, it's my belief that we need to fix this building and get it fixed and be done with it.
Stop the water problem first.
Yeah. Now, Jim has shown us how to stop the water problem in back, so we can do that. And part of that will be asking some of that back area is being used and maybe relocating that so that we can get back in there and do the work. Lay the French drains and the pipe and run it all the way to the ditch and some things that we need to do. We've got a lot of water coming in the back, and some of it's coming off that playground. So, water's a big issue on that building, and that's not doing anything on the inside. We've got to stop the water. We'll see. I mean, more to come from Jim Gray. But he's very thorough, and whatever it is we ask Jim to do, he'll do it. It'll be done absolutely correctly. The road to the airport, yesterday we called Chris Flagel, the engineer, and asked him what the deal was on the final payment. Peggy's getting, Nancy's getting into the budget's coming in 2 weeks. And we kind of need to finalize this thing in the same year. You know, we were kind of afraid it'd all come due at the same time. Well, thankfully it hasn't. It's spread out. We've got a $40,000 payment coming. We're supposed to repair the road out there. I didn't go out there and look, but David assured me today that it had been repaired. Chris called him. So, I have not talked to Chris, but as David says it's good, it's good. As far as I know, we'll be getting the bill shortly. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks from Pace Company, Pace Construction, and that will finalize the airport. I think I saw in the Herald the airport originally was about $85,000 back in the 60s. That's a far cry from the 1.1 something million that was spent to replace it. So, and I don't know, what we've got may be larger too, and a little bit wider. I don't know what was down there before. But anyway, our part was a little over 100,000, if I remember right. And we did it, we got about that barn money, but I don't know how much of a strain it was, but it was a worry, I can tell you. What do you think?
Court docket.
Make it
That's all I
motion.
have.
Huh?
Court docket.
Court dockets?
Motion to approve the court dockets?
Second. All in favor? Okay, motion to go into close.
I saw that motion.
Second, please. All in favor?
Aye.